Kai Havertz, Mikel Arteta, I'm sorry, I was not familiar with your game. Honestly, I think the whole football world owes Kai Havertz an apology. I do as well. Kai Havertz, I wasn't familiar with your game, my guy. Really. Let's be real. Before Kai Havertz joined Arsenal, he was basically a bit of a crap player. Obviously, he had his breakout season at Leverkusen where he got a lot of GA. I forgot what was the exact number, but he had a really good season at Leverkusen, broke out, and everyone thought he'd be the next big thing. I think he was also on the list for the Golden Boy at the time as well, so he was up there as the next big talents of world football. And then he got his big break. He got his big move to Chelsea, big money move. I think Chelsea paid like 75 million or something around those numbers to bring in Kai Havertz. And everyone thought Havertz would really shine at Chelsea. People thought he'd be a star player for Chelsea and would be the future of Chelsea Football Club, but never really worked out. He was a crap player at Chelsea. Yes, obviously he did score the winner for Arsenal in the Champions League final, but really after that he really did nothing else. He was just a thorn in the way Chelsea played. No manager really believed in him at Chelsea, and he was crap. Chelsea fans wanted him gone. Everyone was screaming for Kai Havertz. All the Chelsea fans were screaming for Kai Havertz to be sold, and that eventually happened in the summer of 2023. Arsenal ended up signing Kai Havertz, but I couldn't believe the fee they paid. 60 million to bring in Kai Havertz. Honestly, no one at the time could believe it. Arsenal paid 60 million to bring in a crap player from Chelsea. A guy who doesn't even start for Chelsea, or when he did start, all the Chelsea fans were screaming for him to get sold. That's the player Arsenal paying 60 million for. And at the time when I saw that, I was literally bursting out laughing, but I couldn't believe it. Even Arsenal fans themselves were like, yo, what are we doing over here? We just placed second in the league. We need a proper striker to push on. Why are we paying 60 million to bring in Kai Havertz? We could have spent that on like someone like James Maddison or Mohamed Kudus who were available for cheaper. However, I think this goes down to Mikel Arteta. This goes down to mainly Mikel Arteta and his coaching philosophy and tactics. Really does, honestly. I think Arteta's system has a habit of making a lot of players look good, and I think Havertz is looking good in Arteta's system. Like even in the first few months at his time at Arsenal, no one really knew where Kai Havertz played. Like Arteta was trying him out at midfield, he was trying him out on the wing. Even at Germany, Kai Havertz was playing left back. No one really knew where Kai Havertz's best position was until Arteta finally found it and started playing him up top. He dropped Jesus from the team and started playing him up top alongside Saka and Martinelli. And it's worked. It really has worked. You know, he started getting involved much more. He's finding the pockets. He's getting into those good spaces. He's making those late time runs. He's basically playing as a false nine or a shadow striker, whatever you want to call it. But it's working for him. Honestly, it is. You know, he's getting in the right positions and he's getting there in dangerous chances and he's scoring the goals. Really is, you know. And honestly, I never thought he'd be doing this well. Really, I never did. But again, this goes down to Arteta. This really does. Arteta bought in a player that a lot of people were questioning from straight from the get-go, like why are we paying this much money for Havertz? But Arteta believed in him. Arteta believed in him. He saw a player inside of Havertz and he's like, okay, you know what? He's not a bad player. He has the fundamentals. He's perfect for my tactics if I could just find the right position for him. And that's exactly what Arteta's done. He's found the right position for Havertz, which he plays better up top, and he's doing the business for them, and he's paying back the money that Arsenal paid for him. Like, it's crazy to think at the start of the season, this guy was an absolute ghost. Like, he was an absolute ghost. He was starting out in the midfield, and it looked like most games Arsenal were just down to 10 men because this guy would do nothing. He'd be just there, wouldn't help on the attack, wouldn't help defensively. He'd just be doing nothing, honestly. And Arsenal fans were already screaming for this guy to get sold as well. But honestly, ever since he started moving up top, he has started delivering numbers. So, I kid you not, every week, this guy's always on the score sheet. Every Premier League game, this guy's always on the score sheet nowadays. But credit has to go to Havertz and credit has to go mainly to Arteta. And this is what happens when you have a proper manager. This is what happens when you have a proper manager who believes in a player and believes in his system and philosophy. And if those two connect together, you're going to get a top player. Not just that as well, Arteta has proved us wrong again. Because let's be serious, ever since he was appointed at Arsenal, it was constant problems. And even in his first 2 seasons, many people were wondering yo, is Arteta the right man to take us forward? Is Arteta the right man to take us to the glory days or whatever, right? Because these guys finished I think mid-table or something in his first season, and then 5th, just about missing out on Champions League. And people were thinking is he even good enough? But This credit has to go down to Arsenal. Credit has to go down to the board as well for backing in Arteta, believing in him, and just trusting the process, I guess these Arsenal fans would say. But and then no one really could believe it when he had them in a title race, and now they're again in a title race, and they're in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. So credit has to go to Arteta. Credit has to go to Arteta, what he's done with this Arsenal team, how he believes in his players, how he believes in his philosophy and his system, and he's gotten the best out of Arsenal and really taken Arsenal out of the dark days, really. And honestly, as a Tottenham fan, this really does hurt to say, but I have to give credit to Arteta. He's an excellent manager. He is. He's an excellent manager. No one would have predicted this literally 2-3 years ago, that Arteta would be doing all this with Arsenal. Really, no one predicted it. No one predicted that Havertz would be shining at Arsenal. No one predicted Arsenal would even be in a title race or even in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. No one predicted it, but credit has to go to Arteta, man. Credit has to go to Arteta. And as a Tottenham fan, this is really gonna hurt me, man. Honestly, I don't want to say it, but like, I think Arsenal do deserve to win a league title under Arteta. I think they do. As a this hurts me, man, but I think they do deserve to win a league title under Arteta. Honestly, the rivalry aside, I think they deserve to win a league title under Arteta. He's a fantastic manager, and honestly, this just shows you the importance of a right system and the right manager. The right manager with the right system can get the best out of any player, bro. We've seen it at like Manchester City. Pep Guardiola had Raheem Sterling looking like one of the best wingers in the world, literally, and it shows you a mediocre player like Sterling with a world-class manager like Pep Guardiola. Pep's tactics, Pep's system made him look like a world-class player, and now he's at Chelsea, he's getting found out. But really, honestly, that's what a good manager could do. With their system and philosophy, they can make any player look good. But honestly, that's just my thoughts for today. Kai Havertz, I think, deserves a whole apology from the football world. But that's all for today. Take care for now.